We're actually very concerned about the potential impact of coronavirus on apes, both in captivity and in the wild. We have had multiple cases where human respiratory pathogens, things that just cause a common cold in people, have led to mortality events in wild apes. And this has happened in multiple species, in multiple countries. And we're concerned that we can have a similar phenomena with the novel coronavirus. And we also know that the great apes all share the same receptor that this virus is using to gain access to the human body. So we know that they're susceptible in the same way. As far as we know, the majority of primates should be susceptible. And then there's lab evidence that some other mammal species are also susceptible. So the link to pangolins, for example, there's also evidence that species like ferrets may be susceptible. Really, what we know is based on where people have looked.
Currently, we don't have any respiratory illness outbreaks occurring in the mountain gorillas, but it is something that we are vigilant for always. So right now, we are monitoring the gorillas closely. Our veterinarians are continuing to go in to do their work because it's so important right now to be able to check on the health of all of the gorilla groups. They're essentially self-quarantining themselves at their ranger patrol posts and then going in every day to the same gorilla group and coming back, and then they'll switch out. So the gorillas are very, very accustomed to having people nearby. And so they're not, it doesn't make them anxious. They're not scared of people. And that's what facilitates and allows for tourism. There are now 1,063 mountain gorillas in the world, and they all live in protected areas in national parks. And the revenue that is generated when people come from around the world to see these habituated mountain gorillas up close, that money is absolutely essential to managing the parks and maintaining the staff in the parks that are protecting the animals and protecting the boundaries of the park, and really preventing that park from being used for other purposes.
We will do everything in our power to protect the orangutans from the coronavirus. All caregivers change into their uniforms, boots and mouth masks when they arrive at work. We wash all orangutan food twice, once when it's delivered and then again before we hand it out to the orangutans.
We don't have any evidence of exposure yet, but as you know, with the human population, we're struggling to have enough test kits to be able to even know how many people are infected. And so it's very hard to get test kits developed, optimized to be able to look at this in apes.